Yeah, Team Liquid, again, they have no reason to overextend right now. They know that there's no squad that's going to sandwich them, unlike Sentinels right now that are playing off the low ground, Luminosity, who are playing on the outskirts of this building. They're seeing the situation, and they don't want to get heavily involved because that's going to enable Team Liquid to actually contest them as a third party. So it looks like they're just going to be standing back, allowing Sentinels to now take up this space, deal with the squad that's inside that's going to be MPS.
Yeah, that's right. That ult from Seer gave them all the intel that they needed, so they know exactly where MPS is inside. They know that Luminosity is on the other side of that building. All three of these teams are going to sit there and fight, and guess what? Liquid's just going to profit. They're just going to sit here and watch, poke and prod from afar, but TL find themselves in a very, very good position to win this game, while all the other three are going to be in a bloodbath.
Market's looking great right now. So free for Team Liquid because they are just taking up all this space for no extra charge. Luminosity on the high ground still, looking at where Team Liquid is. I like the fact that Luminosity haven't really overextended just because they have made aware of where Team Liquid is. But they may not have a choice with the circle closing into their back. They want to be able to capitalize off of this extra KP.
4 Newcastle teams, 2 of them, 50% make it to the late game here. MPS with Newcastle alongside Team Liquid. Acend just dominated with Newcastle on Storm Point in our EMEA region, showcasing the stock of Newcastle rising in real time here. Shubi, newest addition to this team, as Luda no longer on this team. Has to go big for this squad right now. Join them from Blackhand. Here comes the fight. It's going to be Shubi taking out Tech. Tech decides to initiate and gets knocked early, but it's going to be last alive. I'm Madness, the IGL for this team, down to 40 HP in some way, somehow. Able to survive. Senon's not going to do it. They get taken out alongside MPS. LG remains, and now we have a clean 3v3, Vicky.
Yes, they do, and you know what's coming in. It's the Bangalore Smoke. It's the Bloodhound Beast of the Hunt popped. Team Liquid now are trying to find a way to go in, but it's the Rolling Thunder. That's the insurance. Nocturnal gets taken down. Luminosity now are going to be able to negate the third-party opportunity that Team Liquid really wanted in this situation.
And Luminosity Gaming does it in a game that they had no business winning, with Team Liquid in a great position. LG sneaks it away. The Digi threat was huge right there, Vicky. All the intel.
Where are we in?
Maybe waterfall.
The waterfall. Right side of waterfall. Here goes guard. 3-2.
Dead.
I was up. It's in on me.
Yeah, we're in all down the waterfall.
Drop me a med kit. I need a med kit.
You ready? I'm ready to swing. Be ready on somebody to drop.
Right here, fire, bubble flash. Nice.
Watch up there, I think.
Oh, ult excel.
Oh, no. You can check the body. Check the body.
We might be able to climb up.
We're back. Oxygen. Wow, what a listening that was. They find themselves literally hiding under a waterfall, hoping to find some luck. Say, don't go chasing waterfalls. Right now, the waterfall's the only thing keeping them alive, as we're on board with Optic Gaming versus Spacestation on the high side.
3 squads left. Optic Gaming, Spacestation, Oxygen, Esports playing off the low ground. Optic Gaming, though, having low health. They need to have Noct help cover them. Gives that suppressed fire. The Skyward Dive, though, coming in from the sky. It's Oxygen Esports. You heard them frantically saying that they needed a Skyward Dive, and they land right into the line of sight in the open arms of Spacestation. They put down the Gibby ult, or rather the Gibby Dome, and is it going to be enough? Because this is just going to be the green light for Optic Gaming to go for the third party.
Yeah, this is opening things up for Optic Gaming to come right in. Chopping like a shark in the water is Optic, and they will eat everyone up. Every single minnow eliminated from this lobby. And Optic Gaming, in a much-needed game number 2, performs with a win. What a showing from Optic.
Optic Gaming needed that, and they stood on the high ground the entire game.
Beautiful spot, especially from Liquid playing the way they are on the high ground. This is definitely, I think, the most advantageous spot. You just can't get griefed by 100 Thieves. The guards know it. And so they're hiding here. Keon, Rampo, and RKN. We spoke with RK in Atlanta a week ago. Took 2 days off. You asked me, what did I think about that? I think it's a great plan. And I think in athletics and in anything competitively, you got to sometimes take a little bit of time off to come back fresh. They certainly look like they've done that here in game 3, but they've got to figure out how to deal with Liquid. It's 100 Thieves Liquid, and I believe the guard underneath that are going to be going toe-to-toe here to finish off and see who can take game 3.
Optics out in 4th place. They both got focused by Team Liquid at the top, and of course the guard on the bottom. Really good job from the 2 of them, gatekeeping Optic and preventing the champions from game number 2 for going back-to-back. So now Team Liquid on high ground. It's the guard on low ground. The Loba ultimate comes in. They get all that Optic Gaming loot. That's huge for them. That's why Loba's so good in these late games here. Sykes is playing out of his mind, by the way. Again, you wouldn't have expected to call him a rookie. This is his first time playing an ALGS at this level, and boy, oh boy, is he performing.
I just want to look at the situation, John, and great call out on the Loba. Not an easy character to bring into competitive. Obviously, you've got coached by Hotzig in the way they like to play it, but Sykes taking on that role, big challenge, big ups to that. But look at this. I mean, 100 Thieves are sitting isolated on a bridge. Everyone's looking at them. They know someone's beneath and above, but what kind of situation does this, put in for 100 Thieves? Because they actually, weirdly enough, are going to have to be the first person to move. They're going to have a little bit of a hero's moment, possibly, if you look at EMEA. Who's going to make that big stretch, that first commit out into the open, and really hold a position that's going to win this game? Because right now, it's just going to be a free-for-all.
Yeah, I think I'd say that Team Liquid has the best position overall to their left. Zone's closing right to their left, but the guard's going to try and grief them. Here comes the push. So instead of them are 100 Thieves in my eyes, but it's really a three-way split. This is anyone's game right now, Evan. No one necessarily has the clear win condition to Newcastle. There's going to drop one. They're going to say, hey, good luck getting out of this building. Team Liquid, what a decision right there. They're going to completely grief guard.
I think it's like 2,000 damage to get out of this. I don't think they're going to have enough damage literally to get out of it. They have to go through a Watson fence as well. What a play from Liquid. They say it's just mathematically not possible. They get second place, but meanwhile, 100 Thieves watches all that and says, that was cute, guys. We'll take the W here.
Liquid phase both out. Oxygen eliminated as well. MPS still alive. 100 Thieves in the same building as Optic. Spacestation still has Godspot, and Complexity still ratting. But finally, Complexity is going to get spotted out by Dark Zero, who will likely eliminate the last member of Complexity, I believe. Again, this is all information in the kill feed, but 6 squads remain. Onmu going to get the first knock, breaking ice a little bit against Madness.
So Optic Gaming now still playing on the outskirts of this. 100 Thieves trying to figure out where they're going to go from inside of this building. They don't want to give this free space over to Optic Gaming, who are sharing some of that space on the high ground. Complexity get deleted, though, in the kill feed. That last straggler out from Dark Zero, but Optic Gaming lose out on knobs.
Yeah, Vaxlon with the car just made an absolute play. Keyboard and mouse sensation right there, and Vax being the one to initiate. 100 Thieves now going to have a 3v2 against Optic. One member of Optic is going to be sent flying. Duplex is going to run immediately into his death. It's Shuby, the last member of NPS, and Optic Gaming is out in 5th.
Optic Gaming just threw all the spaghetti on the floor right there. Like you were mentioning before, Vaxon with the absolute beamage here. 100 Thieves being inside of this building for so long has granted them passage into this next circle, because the circle is going to be pulling right in front of them. They're going to have to photo out of here eventually, but they got all the time in the world to take their time.
That's right. Newcastle Ultimate going to come through. They're going to use that cover to basically just reign supreme. Meanwhile, Dark Zero going to actually find the last rat of Shuby. He just stops playing. He gets taken out. And now it all comes down to 3 final teams. Dark Zero in a really bad spot right now. Somehow going to reset barely. As actually, I take that back. Jen Burton eliminated Zero out as well. This will be a 3v3 Space Station versus 100 Thieves, basically.
Space Station, 100 Thieves versus Dark Zero right here.
Hey, they get the res? No, there's no way.
Playing off the back end? I mean, you're playing off of very limited cover. They're taking off angles. Dark Zero finally get taken out. Yep, it was just a matter of time. 100 Thieves, though, climbing their way to the top. Vaxon is going to be taking off angle. No one's focusing on him just yet, but look to your left. Onmu gets taken out. It's only up to Scurry, and Space Station come out on top and take it over 100 Thieves.
Wow, and you see some body shots come through as well from SSG. You already know these guys are hyped up. You heard it and listened, and you heard so much angst from them. They needed to perform here. They did.
We need to get these G2 kills. We need to get these G2 kills.
Yeah, I agree.
They have to queue up again, and they don't.
Do you need bats? Do you need bats or no?
No.
Right here. Watch this lift. They're gonna do it in a second. Lifting.
You're going. 101. Has a flush. 100. Bang is one.
Bang, blood.
Blood one. Last guy's behind us somewhere. I punched him down.
Play my shield.
I'm batting.
Yep.
He's gonna die low ground.
Play my. You need to walk up.
He died the zone. He died the zone.
That's me.
You have gold res. No, you have. They don't know he's down.
Yep.
I'm med kidding.
And would you believe it, Team Liquid take down G2. All the meanwhile, the chaos of NRG also happening where they've set up. You thought they were in a tough spot. They have found themselves in a great spot here with phase up now turning into phase down. A snipe down ends up falling. Vicky, we have 2 squads left. It is NRG versus Liquid for the win.
Did Team Liquid have the opportunity to reset? I don't think they did. Now Team Liquid are playing out of the health disadvantage, and NRG take the W for game number 5, where they desperately needed it.
I had a feeling, and it ended up being right.
Shield battery will be popped by Crust. This is just moments until we'll finally see if Sentinels will rise to the occasion or if NRG can go back-to-back. NPS eliminated, 7 squads left. Team Liquid and NRG both lighting it up in the kill feed. As guess what? Sweet gets the knock on Yazul, long range with the Kraber. Talk about the impact of the Kraber in these late game moments, Vicky.
Absolutely, that's exactly what Sweet wanted right here, but they're not going to give up that real estate that they're hanging out underneath Sentinels. They're going to stay put underneath that building. They're not going to give up this early space. You can see the shots being taken in by Team Smiley in that big building that we made mention of before. We saw that Sang had gotten some knocks with that sniper, as Nocturnal are still on the high ground, splitting up some of that space, though, with the rest of Team Liquid. They're looking for an opportunity because there's 2 other squads that are playing in the space.
Yeah, and surely at this point, NRG and Sentinels, neither of them survive here. The entire lobby is going to focus them. There's one. Sentinels Crust, see you later. Senox, you're right after. Gilderson's you too, as it's going to be absolute carnage for those teams having to rotate. Team Liquid, though, sits on top of the cylinders with ultimate high ground and positioning. We called them out and said they need to perform on World's Edge. They didn't do it last time. Well, they're doing it here today. A second place finish last game and an opportunity to win this one here.
I have the high ground now. Team Liquid, Bots, Complexity, Luminosity, Team Smiley, NRG, and Sentinels are left in this lobby. Sentinels drop down at the hands of NRG, who are still getting way more of these knocks than they were expecting here. Team Liquid have the positional advantage they'll follow. They have the God Spot, they have the charge rifle, but they're going to have to drop down eventually.
Sykes making an absolute campaign for MVP of the day here with his performance. Kill leader with 4 right now. He's going to drop low. Oh my God, the damage from Sykes. Nocturnal needs to follow up. It's down to the duo. Knock and Fun. They're going to eliminate the bots from this lobby, but Sykes' Fun goes down, leaving Nocturnal last alive.
Oh, they have to try to focus here. Nocturnal being the only solo rat playing up the knockdown shields. Can he get the finish? He gets the crack, but he doesn't get the finish on Nocturnal, who's literally won. Complexity left here. Luminosity still in this lobby, playing off the fence line. The Noxcats hiding them, masking them as they ease their way into the circle.
NRG survived somehow that fight. Sweet with the Kraber's not missing. He's going to connect for 150. See you later, Smiley. They're eliminated. NRG versus LG, the final fight. Guess what? LG is going to do it from a terrible spot in that house and terrible positioning. They win game number 6. NRG goes back-to-back to close out the day. VZN, Foot, Acend, and the Kansas City Pioneers. I don't believe Maliwan was able to survive on Aurora, so I don't think he's ratting. We'll get that intel here in a second. As a Valcolt's going to take to the skies here for Foot. Well, where do you go? There's not many places to drop. There's not much cover here. Again, this is a brutal late game circle. It all comes down to this. 5 squads remain. Maliwan's still alive as Catalyst.
Yeah, Aurora's still alive. BZN, no one's gonna find him. And Aurora get taken out. Ascend now moving in. You see Foot also making the rotation in. Pioneers are not gonna face off against BZN, while Foot and Ascend are fighting up in the high ground.
Oh, Dell down to 20 HP. He's going to be knocked all up to Nasky and Strafey. They're going to get one knock. Here comes the 1v1 for the bread here for placement and the KP. Strafey is lights out. They get 5 more points from that alone. But it all comes down to this. Ascend in a 3v3 fight here against a squad that's going to be damaged but has a ton to work with. Taylor and the boys need to somehow clutch this up.
But esports now having to play off the low ground right here on center, making their way closer together. They're playing off the middle of the heat cannon, but Ascend get the first knock here. They have the advantage. Foot gets taken out, and Ascend are your first winners. It looks like they're going to continue their domination and ready to start things off strong here, John.
Picking up right where they left off with their week 1 performance against this Group A versus Group C matchup. Ascend won 3 straight games. This is their first of perhaps many, Vicky. What a showing for the Ascend squad, off to a great start right here, right now.
That was insane. I can't believe Ascend are able to do it again. Let's not forget, we talked about it in the pre-show. This is a team that was able to win 3 games back-to-back.
Foot, they're going to full send here. 3v2 numbers advantage for Foot. I like that call. I like that play. And the Foot squad all on land from Istanbul on point right now. And it shows they're going to make it to yet another top 3. Foot is playing out of their minds.
Planted the flag of Foot Esports right at the feet of V2. Said, no way, that's going to be ours for now. Thank you for holding it down, as Ascend are still going to be able to play off the low ground right here. Nightmare is also looking at Foot. See V2 finally get eliminated here, as Ascend are still overlooking a lot of the action. What are they going to do? They can't just take the zipline right here. They have to start moving soon.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, 2 of these last 4 teams are teams that are running seerless team comps. So just reaffirming the point I made earlier, as it looks like Postkill will make his rotate through, but they're going to be in a dangerous spot, taking out Watson fences along the way. Here comes the Newcastle ult. It comes back courtesy of that gold helmet. It helps them big time as Lufka now has a chance to just rain fire and put some suppressing fire on foot on high ground. 3 squads remain. It's Acend, Nightmare, and Foot.
We see Acend now playing off the low ground still. What are they going to do? What are they going to do about the zipline right here? Is it going to be able to hang out right here by the edge of that with the Newcastle ult, giving them some of that extra crowd cover? Foot dropped down from the high ground and Nightmare right behind them.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be Acend looking to go back-to-back, and they will. Foot Esports out in 3rd, Nightmare out in 2nd, and just like that, Acend does it again. Back-to-back wins on Storm Point. They are dominating.
They're going to have to move. You're right, high ground maybe has the advantage here, but are they going to have to drop first? That's the only thing. Might be able to play that ridge right in front of them as the circle starts to close soon, as we are in round 6 at 37. A big shot, a peek. It's not enough from Lufka, but he certainly puts him out of the fight for a moment. Shield battery will be necessary, and you talk about the benefits of the interception pylon. It's not just the defenses, it's the shielding as well. Only 1 shield battery from Lufka, but he's not going to have to use it as long as they can stay up there and out of line of sight.
Especially if he doesn't take a lot of damage, which there's no reason he should take damage right now because they have high ground. So, you know, here's the situation. Acend, if you see where the zone is pulling, it's still basically in the area of the high ground. So they don't have to drop to low ground. They just have to chill on high ground right now, maintain this positioning, and they will win 3 straight games. That's another knock on ASCII here of Heroes. Acend is just picking up kill after kill. Only 2 to their name right now, but by the time this game ends, expect that to be 6 or 7.
I love Heroes positioning. They try to get out of it. They know they're not in a great spot. They're outside the wall. They're not inside, and Acend can still see them. They make the rotate to the rock, and in fact, Acend do damage, but they are still there. So Heroes, the only team that kind of has a vantage point onto the rest of the squads, but that can go both ways because that means the rest of the squads have line of sight onto Heroes if they don't play these head peaks perfectly. And so far, Wraith doing a good job of it. Hasn't even shielded up there because they're looking for KP, John. They feel that this is a chance to get it, and they get one right there on Zapbear.
That's right, easy KP for them. The only team that can shut down Acend here is Heroes, indeed. They're the only team that has a clear line of sight, can put damage onto Acend on high ground, and can keep them at bay because obviously not a whole lot of cover to deal with. But the Kashera ult comes down, and just like that, I take that back. Nothing but cover, courtesy of Newcastle once again here on high ground. Acend finally decides to drop on this team. They have the advantage. They make the call. They push, but they're not getting the damage that they need to do. They're going to get taken out. They lose a clean 3v3 to Nightmare where they should have had the advantage, and Heroes is going to come through and clean up. We said they needed to perform to be heroic. Well, heroic they are. Heroes ends up on top in game number 3.
Coming in, the gold knockdown shield's gonna allow them to get the res with some extra health. You see the Seer tag also coming out, not gonna cut them off in terms of getting that res. Perfect timing here for VZN, and more shots getting taken to their south. 4 squads left remaining with Acend having the God spot.
That's right, courtesy of the gold knockdown shield, VZN gets back to full. Huge plays from them, they survive. So Acend is alive, alongside Aurora and SAF and VZN, who find themselves in a skirmish. Look at Acend from long range, just poking and prodding, doing so much damage, and just like that, it looks like start a fight, and VZN will eliminate each other, as Aurora is going to try and capitalize with kill points, but Acend still has high ground.
But can they get onto the high ground? That's the question for Aurora right now, because now Ascend's going to be able to get that free res currently. They're going to be able to get that reset, but they don't have the gold knockdown shield, so no extra health for Acend to work with. The circle closing to their back wall. Acend is going to be forced to drop down eventually, but they have all the time in the world to take their time and start a fight, get eliminated in 4th.
That's right, and Aurora is right below Acend right now. The beautiful overhead camera view. Aurora below Acend. Acend has high ground. They're gonna have to drop those. Zane has 1 HP and 125 Evo shield to his name. He could potentially get second if he just rats. Here comes the Crypto Ultimate. It's gonna come through. The damage is done. Acend drops on top of Aurora, and just like that, it looks like Acend will win this fight. High ground reigns supreme, and just Zane is gonna get a 2nd place finish, I believe. Yes, he does. Zane rats to 2nd.
Aurora get eliminated. Insane, yes, as the Rat gets to still live. He's playing right behind this rock, but he's got all the loot to work with from VZN. That would be insane right now. He's got shield swap for days. Acend, though, there's too many of them for them to actually claim it, and they take game number 4.
Acend wins 3 games yet again.
Rampart wall that's been left over for a friend. They've got Ember here already with Babis, actually from Latvia, doing his best, holding down with the Watson. So they're in the best spot, and it's going to be an interesting dynamic because they can all see Acend, who are in the God spot, yes, by themselves, ready to third party, but I don't think Acend are going to have to move first. I think Acend are going to be able to play this extra trailer, and that is what Postkill is doing right now, setting up on this backside trailer, forcing Ember to have to make a move alongside Nags in the squad. to see who is going to take each other out first so Acend can clean it up the way they love to do. What a masterclass so far, but this top three, it's about to kick off as this space is now running into each other, and it's Ember and VZN who are going to have to fight for it.
What a bunch of lovely Watson fences. It'd be quite ashamed if Acend just execute that EMP and delete all of them and allow VZN to fight off against Ember. Let's see here. You see Kashera, he's waiting for the opportunity. The final circle closing on their backs, and like you mentioned, they don't have to get ahead of themselves. They can just ease their way into that next circle. You see the missile swarm now as they're going to close in the gap.
And look at this, keeping on the very, very high ground. One member of Acend, Postkill and Kashera, have fallen back down. Kashera on the drone. Raid waiting. Maybe this is the moment. Yes, it is. EMP coming out. See you later. Watson fences, interception pylons potentially, and there we go. They waited for the Seer ultimate.
That's so
as well,
smart.
So they destroyed all of that. Lovely play and patience here from Postkill and Kashera. And now look at this. Nag, Zane, and Viex getting out of there. Ember still in trouble, holding the corner. They're coming in late to the party, and one takes to the skies. What can they do in terms of the shots, Vicky? It seems like Postkill still fighting with that charge rifle. Put it away, son. Take the R301 out, and certainly doing damage so far.
Oh, hug me out here. Acend are looking to feast and on a boutique here. They are looking to clean up the rest of this lobby. Ember is out, and Acend are looking to clean up VZN right afterwards. Acend take another game. Are you serious? They take 4 games in total in this entire lobby, and I cannot believe that they still are dominating.
Yeah, and speaking of force, I mean, Acend absolutely forced their way and stole God's spot. KCP capitalizes and says, okay, we'll take it from here. VZN, well, the last rat alive, he gets taken out. Zane in 4th place, though. Kudos to him, ratting his way to a top 4 finish. And now it all comes down to 3 more teams. It's Forge, KCP, and the Fire Beavers.
Fire Beavers really need this here too. They're playing off the low ground. They're trying to ease their way into this next circle. They don't want to get sandwiched right now, but they get called out first. Forge actually call them out. KCP out of the fray. This is KCP's game to earn right now, and they're playing off the sideline, so they know that this whole squad has to go into their line of sight.
But they're in 3rd place. They got 2nd taken from them, I think, by VZN. So just now, it all comes down to this. VZN takes 2nd, but if KCP can get 2nd or 1st place, they will take 2nd. It's a race for 2nd place, as Acend has already guaranteed the win. Jay Savage gets a knock on OJ Rain. He gets taken out. And just like that, KCP will just watch and guarantee themselves a 2nd place finish unless Roe and Jay Savage can do something huge.
They already have the advantage right now. The man advantage, the health advantage. KCP just need to capitalize. They're just going to move in, clean up the rest of whatever is left here from Forge. There's only so much you could do before KCP welcome game number 6 as the winners in their open arms, and they take the final game here in our EMEA region.